Cities of the future.
What's the name of this?
Nitinol, nickel and titanium. Okay? All right, now, if I run an electric current through it, it goes right back to its original shape, so fast that you can't see it happen. So I'll hang it on here and run it through slowly so you can see it return to its original shape. Do you mind? This is just a hairdryer. And it slows up. You have to get around so you can see that. Watch it return to its original shape. The wire has been put out of shape. Okay, that's called a memory metal. What does that mean? That means that doctors think, well, there's never going to be a machine that's going to do surgery. I got a brain, and a machine can't do that. They took nitinol, thin wire, and tied a surgical knot. Then they pulled it straight out and let it set straight. All the doctor does is stick it through, and then the body heat caused it to tie a surgical knot. You understand? Am I going too fast for anybody? It's very out into a disc and ship thousands of them to China for housing and run an electric current through it and becomes dome immediately. These were built by hand. We didn't have the money to experiment. These are canals for flood control. These are where we build some of our models. Wow. Let me show you some of this stuff here. And streamline means no bumps, all one. Radar and sonar. So you can't hit another car. If I got mad at you, I couldn't run into you. When I got 50 feet away, the brakes went. Instead of say, drive carefully, do away with the stinking problem. Like they did in Sweden, where the highway turns up when kids cross, so no car ever hit a kid. We have signs on our house, slippery when wet. Take away the sign, put abrasive in the highway, bank it, so it's not slippery. When you get to a school district, it says 15 miles an hour school district. The power output in the school district will be 15 miles an hour. So you can step on the gas all you want to. Do you understand me? All right, so take it out. There's a slot up here, and the water comes out like a fan. And you put your hand on and cut the soap right off. 1/6 the amount of water. And the wastewater from this goes around and fills the water closet, and you flush the job. Instead of telling people to save water, make 50 different types of bathrooms. Let them here. Now this is a research center. Let me see if I can get this across to you. This is diseases of the eye, the liver, the kidneys, all medical problems, health problems, what you call them, health problems. This is nutrition and physical degeneration, food and its effect on the body. If you work in this center, you live here if you want to. You don't have to. There are lakes and ponds and waterfalls and parks and bicycle areas and golf courses. Nobody owns anything. You live there. So a minister said to me, well, if nobody owns anything, what will the incentive be? Jesus said, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. There's no business in heaven, no banks, no private ownership, no social stratification. So this is the nearest thing to religion, if you're really religious. But all of the highways are dark. Darker than and there's piping underneath. So the hot weather in Florida is 50 watts for every square yard. You get all the energy you want without burning fossil fuels. We take care of the garbage under here. There's indoor agriculture, outdoor agriculture. So anyone can walk into any building and try anything they want to try. There are machine shops, hobby shops, craft shops, no fees, no membership, no filling out forms. No armies, no navies, no police. Now this is the access center where the kid can check out a camera. Here you can check out roller skates. Here you can check out a bicycle and keep it, you'll use it. Who's going to hit you on the head and take your bike away if they're accessible? It costs more to put a kid in jail. You can buy a whole lot of bikes for that. So they're very, very stupid, the people that manage society. There's someone said, why don't you run for political office? If I got in, I'd be shot in a week. Because a senator told me, John, you're an easy guy to knock out. All we have to do is put drugs in your car and pick you up. And your friend said, I always thought there was something funny about that guy. So they won't even call upon you. He says, so watch yourself. You're treading on sensitive area. But if you guys don't talk about the Venus Project, Roxanne and I can't make it happen. We don't have that kind of power. So we only design 1/8 of the system and then reproduce it. That's much cheaper that way. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when the city hits, say, 30,000 people, we stop and let everything go back to nature between this and the next city. Now today, when you live in suburbia, you have to go that way to the dentist, that way for shopping, the other way for something else. Everything is in here. Childcare, schools, books, shopping, everything you need is here. So you just take a conveyor right in. There's no cars in the city. You get on the conveyor and dial where you want to go. Art center, music center, and it'll take you there. So the cars are outside the city. You can use them as you want to. So do you understand this center? It has exhibition, everything. Art exhibits, concerts, theaters, drama groups, and all of these are access centers where anyone can access without filling out forms. Okay.
What are the little towers there, the little three?
I mean, they don't like living in individual houses. So we're going to have large apartment houses with drama groups, recreation, gymnasium, all in one. And some people prefer that. Not everybody wants to live in an individual house. So we have to allow for that. You can't force people to live in what I want them to live in. I want them to live in what they want to live in. That to me is very important. So this is just to give you an idea of what cities could be. I'm not telling you what the future will be, only what it could be if we work it. All of the roadways have piping up and back in it. And the sun beats down on the Florida highways and heats it up, and there's foam glass under the pipe so that you don't lose that heat. That gives the city all the hot water, and we use some of the heat to get the pelter effect of what you call thermal heat generated by dissimilar metals. So you have refrigeration, air conditioning, all by the sun. So you don't buy any fuel. There's no fuel shortages. There's no hazard of fire and trucks on the highway that can explode. You understand? Gone. Okay? It's a drum that turns and shows earthquake movements. I can put a small chronograph in all cars. When you get to a 60-mile-an-hour zone, if you violate it, it violates automatically. You have to rip that off and mail it in once a month. How many violations do you think you'll have? You don't need policemen. We have no crime because there's no need for it. A child or anyone can access anything without debt. There are no banks, no money, no lawyers, no businessmen. Okay? It's very different. Now, if it bothers you, let me know.
Question.
Yes.
So everything is provided, yes?
Everything that you need to keep you well. However, this is what's not provided. We also bring up kids to look ahead, to say this is what we don't know. We don't know how the eye degenerative diseases of the retina occurs. We don't know how cystic fibrosis occurs. These are the things we need to know. And so we generate incentive for improving and changing things. See, if you give a person everything they want, they don't want to do anything.
Well, this is where I'm trying to understand your concept. So if everything is given there,
Not given,
available, do people work?
No.
Or is work
later on? No, nobody works.
How do they contribute to the society then?
Machines. We'll have to go there.
TheVenusProject.com